Welcome to our journey through Homer's The Odyssey. Today we're diving into Book 13, The Return to Ithaca. The mighty walls of Troy had burned a decade earlier. One by one, the Greek kings had sailed home to their families and kingdoms. But Odysseus, the resourceful king of Ithaca, remained lost at sea, trapped in a long, punishing journey that tested every ounce of his cunning and will. While he wandered, 108 proud suitors had taken over his palace, devouring his livestock and pressuring his faithful wife Penelope to remarry. His son Telemachus had become a man without his father, and the once great halls of Ithaca stood in shadow. At last, the tide begins to turn. Having finished the long tale of his adventures for the Phaeacians, Odysseus sits ready to depart their shining land. He has just recounted the horrors and wonders of his journey. The enchanting but deadly lotus eaters, the fearsome Cyclops, whose single eye he blinded to escape, the treacherous bag of winds that blew him off course, the six-headed monster Scylla that snatched 6 of his men from the deck, the deadly whirlpool Charybdis, the goddess Circe who turned his crew into pigs, the journey to the underworld where he spoke with the dead, and the haunting song of the sirens that nearly lured them all to their doom. Through every trial, loss, and temptation, Odysseus endured, driven by nothing more than the longing to return home. Deeply moved by his story, King Alcinous and his people load a swift black ship with lavish gifts, tripods, cauldrons, gold, fine woven cloth, and more. As the sun sets, Odysseus boards the vessel. The skilled oarsmen push off, and the ship cuts smoothly through the waves. A deep, sweet sleep, like the sleep of death, falls over Odysseus, washing away the memory of his many hardships. The Phaeacians bring him safely to Ithaca. They carry the still sleeping hero ashore, along with all his splendid treasures, and lay everything carefully beneath an ancient olive tree near a hidden harbor, away from the road. Then they turn their ship homeward. But Poseidon, who had long raged against Odysseus, spots them. Furious that the Phaeacians helped his enemy, the Earthshaker raises a massive hand and strikes their ship, turning it and its crew to stone just as they approach their own harbor. A mountain looms over them, fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Meanwhile, Odysseus wakes on the beach of Ithaca, but he does not recognize his homeland. Athena has wrapped the island in a protective mist, so the familiar hills and shores look foreign to his weary eyes. He fears the Phaeacians have betrayed him and left him in a strange land. Anxiously, he counts his gifts, wondering how he will protect them. Then a young shepherd appears, bright-eyed and strong. It is Athena in disguise. She asks who he is, and Odysseus, ever cautious, spins a clever false tale about being a fugitive from Crete. Athena smiles at his endless wit, then reveals her true form. She lifts the mist, and joy floods Odysseus as he finally recognizes his beloved Ithaca. He kisses the dear earth of his fathers. Athena brings him up to date on the troubles at home, the ruthless suitors, the danger to his wife and son. She helps him hide his treasures safely in a nearby cave. Then, with a touch of her wand, she transforms him. His skin wrinkles, his hair thins and grays, his eyes dim, and his fine clothes become the rags of an old beggar. Only his sharp mind remains untouched. "Go first to the loyal swineherd Eumaeus," she tells him. "He has stayed true to you all these years. Test the hearts of men before you reveal yourself." And so the king of Ithaca, disguised as the lowliest of wanderers, begins the final and most dangerous chapter of his long journey home. In the next book, the disguised Odysseus will meet his faithful old servant and begin to see which hearts have remained loyal. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Homer's The Odyssey. I'll see you soon for Book 14, where old bonds of loyalty are tested by fire. Until then, hold fast to home.
Looking for more great storytelling? Check out History in Decades, the podcast that makes history feel alive and relevant. Each episode walks you through one decade at a time, from the early American colonies to the modern world. It's hosted by Jim Rand. It's engaging and full of the lessons we can still learn from the past. Search for History in Decades on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Download History in Decades podcast today.